Welcome to Insurance Claim Radio, where leading hail loss consumer advocate Phil Coutu and his team of experts teach you how to avoid the pitfalls of hail damage claims and how to use his team of experts to get what you truly deserve under your insurance policy. Now, here's your host of Insurance Claim Radio, Phil Coutu.
Hi, we're live with Insurance Claims Radio. I'm your host, Phil Coutu. I'm a general contractor, former insurance adjuster. I still do carry an insurance license and do consult with a few insurance companies. I'm also a public insurance adjuster. We got some great guests on our panel. We've got Stevie Solomon, an ex-shingle manufacturer rep. We've got Mike Neely with Pro Roof Solutions, who specializes in residential and commercial roofing and is a contractor. And we've got Jason Price with Alpine Adjusting. Jason's an appraiser and a construction consultant. Was part of the preferred contractor program and has a vast experience in the insurance industry. Our show is designed to help you navigate your claims, since we just had a recent hailstorm in Castle Rock that had some hail as big as 2.5 inches. We're going to talk about what you should do as soon as you get your claim, what you should do to prepare for your adjuster, and some of the downfalls and pitfalls that can happen with the way the insurance industry has been transitioning over the last few decades. So guys, let's start with the simple question. We just had a hailstorm in Castle Rock, Colorado. Your roof got hit. Let's get from each of us. I'll comment too. What are the first things that you should do as a consumer or a homeowner? Or commercial property owner, because we do specialize in commercial claims here.
I feel the very first step should be adhering to the conditions section in the policy, which is to mitigate further loss. So a lot of times, when you have 2.5-inch hail, it could detrimentally affect a roof covering, a wall covering, etc. So sometimes you want to have a professional look. You might have to tarp it. You might need to do some temporary emergency repairs, etc. Beyond that, obviously, the second step you want to do is call your insurance provider and get them to come out and give their opinion. At the end of the day, they are the authority writing the check. So you want to get them involved as soon as possible. And then at the same time, you might want to call a...
So let's speak about, definitely. We're experts here, so we're all open for business. Any problematic claims, or the best is always to get your PA or contractor lined up at the start of the claim. Let's talk about what Jason just said, something really important. Adhere to the conditions. I want the public to note that in your policy, there's a clause called duties of the insured, or duties of the policyholder. That's really important. So if you had baseball hail and it fractured shingles, right, your duty then, if there's water streaming in your house, is not to wait for the insurance company to tell you to fix it. Your duty is to get that roof tarped up. And you got to pay out of pocket, and then you submit your bill to the insurance company. So a duty to the insured is something you got to do to mitigate or stop further damage. And it's really important, because an insurance company can deny you if you had baseball hail and you've got plywood broken and shingles and you got water pouring in doing more interior damage. Guess what? They don't have to pay for that damage if you didn't promptly get on it.
You know, another thing, Phil, that you want to do is when you file a claim, I heard Jason talking about this, you want to file it for wind and hail, both. All right. If you look for hail, they won't look for the wind, and vice versa. So we need to make sure that both of those are on there.
That's important, Mike. I always file, even if I don't know there's one, I just file for wind and hail, because generally there's winds with a thunderstorm, and then we confirm that, because you can have dueling damages, and they can argue, you just filed a hail claim. They shouldn't do that, but you know what? This is a crazy business, and consumers don't always know.
So, also when they file a claim, you want to have your policy number out there, and then the insurance company they may ask you like 4 or 5 questions. I'm just going to kind of do a little demo here, but they may say, what was the date? Your
demo. We're going to take a quick break. My name's Phil Coutu. You're live with Insurance Claims Radio. You can reach me at rooftoproofing.com. That's rooftoproofing.com. You can call us at 303-997-4247, 303-997-4247. You can also text me at 720-296-3492. That's 720-296-3492, and call us with your claims problems.
You're listening to Insurance Claim Radio. Be sure to stay tuned. We'll be right back after these important messages.
Do you have a commercial property hail claim, troubled claim, underpaid claim, missed damages, bad faith, possible legal action? Rooftop Restoration is a leading hail loss consumer advocate for poorly handled insurance claims. We specialize in hail damage, large commercial claims, and provide the total claims package risk-free. We pay and cover all expert costs. Engineers, attorneys, roof inspectors, adjusters, we get you what you deserve under your insurance policy. Finance large deductibles, finance all the experts, exceptional experience and a stellar reputation with zero out-of-pocket costs. Risk-free. Rooftop Restoration, 303-997-4247, 303-997-4247. Check us out at rooftop-restoration.com.
Welcome back to Insurance Claim Radio. Now, here's Phil Coutu and his team.
All right, we're back with Insurance Claims Radio. You can reach us at 303-997-4247 or text us at 720-296-3492. And Mike, you were just saying before the break,
yeah, there'll be like 4 or 5 questions the insurance company will call you. I mean, when you call them, to file your claim. And some of the questions might be what is the date of the storm? If you don't have that accurate, sometimes the insurance company can deny. Also, they may ask you, what was the size of the hail and what time was it? So it was 1.5 inches hail, and it was at 3:30 in the afternoon. Okay, great. Well, is there any electrical that could be showing that you could get electrocuted on? No, it didn't do that much damage. But can you see the light coming through your house? Did it pull the roof off? No. So there may be 4 or 5 questions like that they may ask you. Then they'll give you a claim number. And with that claim number, then that will kind of instigate an adjuster to call you out. Once the adjuster calls you, and they have to do that within 48 hours by law in Colorado, the adjuster has to call you. So then you take your time and date, and we meet them out there, and hopefully we come to a great conclusion for the commercial or residential customer.
Well, here's what's interesting. It's sometimes, usually not so much in a hail claim, but you never know. It's really important. Excuse me. It's really important to be careful what you say, because if you say, "Oh yeah, we had a whole bunch of old leaks," that's problematic. You have a whole bunch of new leaks, and someone saying, "Oh yeah, we've had leaks going on forever." Well, make sure a bunch, or did you have 1 or 2? Because then all of a sudden they could be saying, "Hey, listen, this roof wasn't properly maintained. It's past its life expectancy. We're not paying for this section or this part or this damage." So you got to be very cautious. You always want to say the truth, but be careful, because things you say general can be misconstrued. "Oh no, I didn't see any shingles missing." But maybe you have 10 shingles missing now. You never looked up at your roof. You know how many times I've had people, "Oh, I didn't know I had shingles missing." I'm like, listen, I can tell you looking at Google Earth, you've had those shingles missing for 2 years. But I can tell you now you have a whole bunch more from the storm, and they owe for those new shingles. You just want to be careful what you say. You want to make sure it's very accurate, and remember not to make generic statements, because they can be used against you on your claim.
And one of the things we've mentioned in the show a lot also is taking pictures, right? And one of the things Phil mentioned also, grabbing the hail. We got big size hail, throw it in the freezer a little bit.
I just want to claim, because somebody took a picture of the hail. I had this 33-year-old seasoned veteran come onto one of my claims. It's a prominent bar down in Colfax, and tell me there's no bigger than inch and a quarter hail here. And I said, "Really?" "I've been doing this 33 years. And I said, "Really?" "Well, I actually been doing this 34 years. So I'm not going to drop our pants and say who's bigger, but let's put it this way. It did not go well." And I said, "You know what? You're not being honest." "Oh, no, I handled Colorado rolling mills down the street." And I was like, I don't care. You guys, come on. "Oh, this is old damage then." So now they're trying to bring in old damage claims. Anyways, asked my customer, "Can we put up, we're going to pay people like $50 for their iPhone footage at this bar when the hailstorm hit," because we know there was like 2-inch hail. We actually had a weather expert say there was 2-inch plus hail. And anyways, my client goes, "Oh, well, I was there 30 minutes after the storm because everything was trashed, my cars, and I got a picture on my hand." So we forensically measured the hail on his hand. It was 2 1/8 inch. Now, here's the big deal.
30 minutes after.
Right, yeah. You're talking 1.25 inch versus 2 1/8 inch. The kinetic energy is about tenfold or 1,000%. It might be 950. I'd have to do the calculation. But you've got 10 plus times the kinetic energy from 1 to 1.25 to 2.18, or that'd be 2.2 approximately. That's an incredible amount of kinetic energy. So we're not looking at the hail being twice as big. We're looking at 9 to 10 times the kinetic energy. That's a lot more damage. This is a seasoned a veteran trying to shut this claim down. I'll have you know that we did win that claim, 150,000 plus. They had paid 4,000. Took a year and a half. I was the appraiser on it, and we smoked them. And that's because we forensically measured the hail that guy was holding in his hand.
So you do use weather experts. What do you do?
Well, there's a lot of services out there. Some are controlled by the insurance industry that are estimating hail off the cloud tops. And it's not the most accurate because it's ground-based radar from miles away. But it's a good start. And a storm's also moving, and it's moving at a certain speed. So if you get a storm clocking along at 30 miles an hour, and the insurance company saying, well, our ground-based radar says the hail's only an inch there, but your mailboxes are smashed and you got giant dents, who cares what the ground-based radar says? So then I'll go to a weather expert. It costs thousands of dollars. And I'll tell the meteorology, I want you to tell me to the best of your ability with the most accuracy what size hail hit the site-specific address. That just helps. We're trying to back up our claim. And we're trying to prove it. I'll still use that ground-based radar and say, hey, our storm was clocking this. You could do the physics on it and try to calculate where the hail was hitting if it's moving 30 miles an hour. But you can't hang your hat on that. And a lot of times insurance companies are like, oh, we're hanging our hat, 1 inch hail, this is old hail. And you're like, no, even though it says 1 inch hail, what do people have? So if you can have a piece of hail that you saved from the storm, some of the bigger pieces of hail, that's fantastic. That's solid evidence. And get that in the freezer. They can say, oh, it freezes, expands another so many percentiles. So what? It's great evidence. And video footage. If you can get video footage during that storm, that is fantastic.
Yeah, try not to go outside in the hailstorm.
We need to make a site where people can host. We're going to make a site. I'm writing it down. We're going to host hail footage for all the people to use because I have won so many claims when someone's had their iPhone out and showed the damage. And the adjuster saying, oh, we don't think it was big hail here. And I'm like, really? Here's the iPhone footage. So like Stevie said, it's fantastic. After the storm, get pictures. If you can get evidence during the storm, that's impressive.
Documentation,
Absolutely.
videos, right?
And also, I mean, when the storm hits, we're going to have a whole slew of people show up at your front door. I mean, we still hear this every single day. So many people are getting scammed, and what's going on? And I mean, what is the expert tips that we can share with our listeners to help them not be scammed this sales season?
Yeah, I have nothing against door knockers. I've done it myself to generate leads. Yeah. However, a lot of the local companies, they don't want a door knock, and that's respectful. But most times, door knockers are people coming in from out of state, and or people coming in or companies doing a buy-in. There's all kinds of things that can happen. A company's doing a buy-in with a company pretending they're local. So you really want to get some seasoned people that live in this area. First, you're supporting the local economy. You've got guys with experience and the right experts in this area. And you've got the riffraff. That means your salesman isn't gone in 3 months to a new storm. You got somebody to call if there's a leak or something. Because really this business, we're going to be honest, it's a shady business all the way around. I've never been involved in a more shadier type of business where I've met more people with baggage, drinking problems. I've met insurance company adjusters with all kinds of problems. They're on the road traveling around for a reason. I mean, come on, you shouldn't be on the road at 40 plus years old. Unless you're retired or something and you can do it. You got kids in that, you should be part of the community. So, I mean, that's what I would look for. Even when I hire contractors for some of my own stuff or my own projects, I'm looking to try to get local guys. But I'm also the local guy, so I'm the one warranting everything. So it's important to me,
One of the things we hear from homeowners also, how important is for us as a contractor to meet with the adjuster while they're out there. Because a lot of times homeowners call up the insurance company, set up a meeting, even before having any professional to help guide them through the process. So, what would be the tidbits?
Stevie, almost 60% of the roofers out there from out of state. We have more hail between Pueblo and Cheyenne, Wyoming, and so they come here, and there's some good ones. And there's not so,
there's a bunch of good ones. I'm going to tell you, there's a bunch, whatever the percentage is, but there are some really bad apples out there.
Yeah, I think the issue...
the big thing is don't give them... They're an out-of-towner, and you're giving them a down payment check. You know how many people, give a down payment and never get it back?
Aside from that, they may be great companies and may do a great job. However, getting a company to come back that's based out of Texas to administer to a warranty issue that you may or may not have is going to be highly problematic. So, the Texas company might be great. They might have done hundreds of jobs in Texas. They might do a great job. But if they come out here and they build 400 roofs, some of those are going to have some issues. And trying to get that company to come back to service the warranty issues may be extremely problematic for the consumer. So that's my caveat about out-of-state contractors. So
Yeah, I mean, and let's talk here. In my younger days, I've done the whole storm chasing game, and we did a great job. Some of those companies, but unfortunately, the companies, most of them that I worked for, they were there for the quick buck. They were there for a year and a half, and then they were packed up and had everybody in other offices. And they might have kept the satellite office, just a phone ringing. But it's not really a legitimate business. And most of them go out of business after the big storm is gone. And you got to remember, support your local contractor, because that's who you want to stay in business and be there 5-10 years from now. If you're supporting out-of-state contractors, they're taking that money out of state, and
Phil, never give any money. I personally don't require any money down when I do a roof, right? So, one of the things you want to make sure you get a certificate of non-lien, not only from the roofing company that you choose, but even more importantly, the supplier.
So I'll agree with
use.
that. On residential roofing, we never take any money down. We ask you for the money when the materials show up. That's fair. Just because we want our people to have that sense of peace of mind. Why assume that risk? But your contractor does need money, so we'll make a deal. Hey, we want 30 or 50% down when the materials are at the roof. I mean, that's legit. But to give somebody money down means they're not. If you have to give a contractor money down on a residential job, it means that they're struggling. They can't do the job without the money. I would go with somebody who's local, much more financially secure. Second is on commercial jobs. That's why I don't want to say never give money. Yeah, you have to give some money down on commercial jobs. When you got $1 million job.
Are they licensed and insured?
Right, yeah. You want to make sure they're licensed, they're insured, they're good local businesses. That's why we have a team of experts here. And let's let everybody, all our consumers understand out there. This is a panel, and we're advocates for the industry. We have vast experience adjusting inside for the insurance company as well as outside in contracting experience. And our panel here specializes at problematic claims. So if you've had a claim that was underpaid, denied, they gave you partial on your stucco, windows, roofing, those are red flags. They're bringing out a dog and pony show of experts on $1 million commercial claim. And maybe some other contractor said, oh, your roof's totaled. That's when you should seek the services of somebody on this panel. You can reach us at rooftoproofing.com, 303-997-4247. I'm a licensed public adjuster. I'm an insurance adjuster. And I'm also a contractor, appraiser, and insurance umpire. And we specialize. And if we take your claim, we have a unique system at Rooftop where we'll often fund the whole claim. And sometimes that's hundreds of thousands of dollars on $1 million claim.
Make sure they have good permits.
Yes. So those are things that we specialize in. And, we're just talking about overall documentation. Everything helps your claim. When I was an insurance adjuster, we're going to take a break here. We'll be right back. You're live with Insurance Claims Radio, 303-997-4247.
You're listening to Insurance Claim Radio. Be sure to stay tuned. We'll be right back after these important messages.
Do you have a commercial property hail claim, troubled claim, underpaid claim, missed damages, bad faith, possible legal action? Rooftop Restoration is a leading hail loss consumer advocate for poorly handled insurance claims. We specialize in hail damage, large commercial claims, and provide the total claims package risk-free. We pay and cover all expert costs. Engineers, attorneys, roof inspectors, adjusters, we get you what you deserve under your insurance policy. Finance large deductibles, finance all the experts, exceptional experience and a stellar reputation with zero out-of-pocket costs. Risk-free. Rooftop Restoration, 303-997-4247, 303-997-4247. Check us out at rooftop-restoration.com.
Welcome back to Insurance Claim Radio. Now, here's Phil Coutu and his team.
Hi, we're back with Insurance Claims Radio. This is your consumer advocate radio show, helping inform the consumer and the adjusting world of issues with your claim. We're just speaking about hail claims. Our producer just said, "Hey, why don't you guys talk about about when contractors knock on your door and waive your deductible?" Mike or Jason, you want to jump on that one?
I'm a door knocker personally, right? So not all door knocking is bad. That's how I get my business. And so, you have a contractor that comes up and before you know it, he says, "Hey, man, I'll tell you what, I'll put a yard sign out there and I'll give you $1,000 off for that deductible." And you can't do that. It's against the law. So you might talk about the law on that, Phil.
The law is it's unfair for you, the consumer, to profit off your claim. So basically, in our business, I would never ever waive a deductible. That's a big no-no. The reason is because if you're representing your claims worth $10,000, okay, and let's say you have $1,000 deductible, that's the customer participation in that claim. And that's a participation outlined in your contract. If somebody waives that deductible and your insurance company finds out, they can ask you for all the money back. That's a misrepresentation. And that's also really unfair to the insurance industry because now you're unfairly profiting. The real price isn't $10,000 at roof. The real price was $9,000. So it's basically fraud. And I believe in most states it's a third-degree felony. I believe it is in Colorado. And you just shouldn't participate in that. And those are more shady contractors that don't know the rules, that are breaking them, and it's hurting the overall insurance industry. And your whole claim, all the money could be clawed back, or you can get a felony charge out of it, a third degree.
Well, and that deductible is still a great deal. If you had to pay $1,000 for deductible and you have an $18,000 claim, great deal for the consumer.
Great deal. But listen, it isn't a great deal if you get that money clawed back, and it's really not playing by the rules of your contract. If you don't want the insurance company to breach their contract, you shouldn't be breaching it also. That's honestly my belief. I know that I'm an advocate for consumers, but I was an adjuster and I did own a cat adjusting firm, you guys. So everybody knows that here in the Florida Hurricanes. That's 15 years back. I ran many adjusters. You should not breach your contract. And then therefore, if you stand up to your insurance company and feel they're being unfair, they breached your contract, you can do it in good conscience. But if you're breaching it and they're breaching it, you're probably going to get caught in the end.
Yeah, I'd like
worth
to add that specifically, I believe it's unlawful. I believe there's a Senate bill here in Colorado. I believe it's called SB 38, which strictly prohibits contractors from quote unquote rebating the deductible, either on the front end or the back end. So if you have a door knocker or a reputable company per se knocking on your door and offering to rebate your deductible or give you something in exchange, what they're doing is they're dragging you in to participate in an unlawful act. You're defrauding your insurance company, and it really just outlines the unscrupulous nature of that contractor or that person. It's not someone you want to work with. You're going to have to pay your deductible. It's the law, it's the rule, it's fair, it's contractual, and it's just the way it goes.
Right. And, you just can't expect an insurance company to be honorable with you, too, if you're being dishonest. And I'm a big proponent of that. Working for the insurance industry, they do have challenges financially, and those are kind of the things that really do hurt the overall business. So there should be no waiver of deductibles or rebating deductibles, and it's also against the law.
So what about permits, and how about inspections?
Inspections, are you talking about regarding
so you pull a permit,
Yeah.
right? And sometimes they have a pre-inspection, or they could have a mid-roof inspection, or they could have a final inspection.
Well, inspections are somewhat important. However, a lot of times they're not trained professionals working for the building department, so not doing a thorough inspection. So it's just like we advocate on here. Always be looking out for yourself and always get your own opinions. If you have something you think is wrong with the roof, have another roofer look at it and point it out. Some inspectors I sometimes run into some inspectors that are real roofers and well-trained. But as a whole, a lot of them aren't. They take a course down at one of the city building departments. Denver itself has some pretty solid inspectors overall, and other jurisdictions do, but you're never guaranteed. You really, as a consumer and a person in this world, if you don't want to look out for yourself, nobody's looking out for you. Always get another opinion. And that's what this whole radio show's about, right? Is protecting yourself and getting your opinion. Like, if you get in a car accident, and the other person says, hey, we'll use my lawyer too, we can get this settled. They're not looking out for your best interest. It's to me, with my experience and my business acumen, it's really silly not to really find a true professional and get a proper opinion so you have peace of mind. Laziness kills. Ignorance kills. And knowledge is power, and go empower yourself. And that's you want to handle your insurance claim and get your house back. Go empower yourself and get seasoned veterans. And you can reach any of us at rooftoproofing.com, 303-997-4247. What else you guys got to have an ad?
How about ordinance of law? People want those. Make sure that they're with their city codes and regulations, right?
Well, Mike, in a previous show today, we filmed a couple live shows today. In a previous show, you brought up how you found the city of Aurora has a scavenger rule, which I'm still dying to read. You got to send me that.
City of Longmont has it too.
Our City of Longmont saying that you can't use scavenged tile. So I want to get the definition of what scavenged tile is. That in a salvage yard, or is that what they're meaning by scavenged tiles that were used once before? You can't use old tiles, or are they meaning you can't even use new tiles? I'm just assuming, but I could be wrong on air, that they're saying you can't use like old reconditioned tiles, because you might be getting a tile that's 50 years old, you might be getting a tile that's 10 years old. But we should really talk about that on the next show. Let's get that letter and let's tear it apart.
Sounds
and,
good.
The one great thing that Mike brought up about that is he's trying to win a roof, a difficult roof. It's got lighter damage, but he found out that the city of Aurora says you can't use scavenger tiles. So Mike might be able to get his customer a brand new $40,000 tile roof. I know the roof. I was on it with Mike. I specialize more in commercial, but sometimes I'll help out, and it's fantastic. That's one claim I didn't want to touch because it was on the smaller end. We're specifically geared towards complex, problematic, large loss claims. That is my cup of tea. I've done residential all my life, so I'm very experienced at it. And Mike did some hard work and found the city of Aurora has a scavenger rule, and you said also a 1 square rule.
Yeah, a lot of these jurisdictions have that. So you just have to look at. You have to do the investigation on it. You got to. We ended up having to go in and talk to the head inspector. And then he ended up giving us this rule.
And what's amazing is, Mike, you said they'll put that in writing, because a lot of times city building departments don't want to put anything in writing. Yeah. So that's fantastic for the people out in Aurora. There's a scavenger and a 1 square rule. So if you've got a roof that's repairable, you should call Mike Neely at Pro Roof Solutions. Mike, your number?
It's 720-628-7293.
Before we get off the air, Phil, I would like to also, maybe share with your listeners, a lot of times we're talking about a lot of issues, insurance, money, transfer, work being done. What is the cost for the customer when it comes down to something like this? What are they responsible for?
The deductible.
Yeah, they're deductible. A lot of times the roofers will take these on and front some of that out of costs. Sometimes you got to chip in, but they're going to win you a brand new claim. Commercial claims, a lot of times, if you hire my company, rooftoproofing.com, if we take on your large loss claim, we generally will take an assignment and we will cover all costs. That means experts, engineers, roof inspectors, attorneys, appraisals, umpires. And it creates zero risk for you. And if we take it on, we're going to win that claim. We've got a 99.8% ratio on claims that we've taken on. Obviously, there's always something that we might not be told, a past claim or something. So call one of our experts. I am Phil Coutu. We're live with Insurance Claims Radio. You can find these shows on insuranceclaimsradio.com and our past shows. 303-997-4247, 303-997-4247, and check us out at rooftoproofing.com.
Thank you for listening to Insurance Claim Radio. For more information on how to maximize your hail damage insurance claim or to contact Phil and his team, call 303-997-4247. And be sure to tune in next week for more Insurance Claim Radio.
Do you have a commercial property hail claim, troubled claim, underpaid claim, missed damages, bad faith, possible legal action? Rooftop Restoration is a leading hail loss consumer advocate for poorly handled insurance claims. We specialize in hail damage, large commercial claims, and provide the total claims package risk-free. We pay and cover all expert costs. Engineers, attorneys, roof inspectors, adjusters, we get you what you deserve under your insurance policy. Finance large deductibles, finance all the experts, exceptional experience and a stellar reputation with zero out-of-pocket costs. Risk-free. Rooftop Restoration. 303-997-4247. 303-997-4247. Check us out at rooftoprestoration.com.